What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the daily recap. Today is Monday, my favorite day of the week. Today was a very volatile day. I actually ended up my trading day very early today, which is really good. I like early days. As you can see, we have some quite some trades here, and there's a couple of things that kind of new on the chart, and obviously, and there's a few things that I want to talk about, and yeah, let's get into it. So let me change this real quick. So as you can see, overnight we have this huge downtrend, lots of volatility, lots of price action overnight, which is kind of funny because you know, we have all this price action overnight, and then we get this nonsense in the regular hours, which is I find it funny. But anyways, so we have this huge trend overnight. We basically have two measured legs, one here and one here, and as you can clearly see, I have some support resistance zones on my chart. Now I am trying this new indicator. Well, not new, it's new to me, but it's a support resistance indicator from Trade Devils. They do offer 7-day trials on their indicators. This one right here. What do I have on here? So yeah, support resistance on here. Like I said, I'm trying it out and see how I like it. So far, it's been good. And I'll just talk about it quickly. So these zones do happen real time. The only issue with this is they actually form, like for example, here this zone didn't get highlighted until the price was somewhere here, so they're not instant. So you do have to keep in mind, and also these touches, these yellow circles, it's also automatic by the indicator itself, so you don't have to plot those. You can do different features, like you can just go over it real quick, just really fast. These are the settings. You can do number of zones to show the strength left and right, show price, like the actual price of the zones where they at, and you can show previous touches, how many touches the zone been touched. You can do different show result or bought, which we call RSI on the candlestick. Again, there's just a bunch of you can do candle close or candle wicks. You can do zone by wick, line, close, average, whatever you want to do. It's again super handy if you don't want to do these yourselves. The indicator is $200, but they're doing a March Madness discount, which is basically 20% off, so it comes out to around 160. Again, they do offer free 7-day trials on these indicators, so you don't have to buy in right away. Again, I'm just doing a free trial to see how I like it. I do want to implement support resistance into my trading arsenal. I think support resistance is very important, and like I said, I'm just seeing how it works, how I like it, and if I like it, I'll probably purchase it. If not, no big deal. No harm, no foul, right? So anyways, let's talk about the trades. So I do want to say, so as you can clearly see, there's some letters on there. So I'm trying to implement kind of a grade system for my setups personally, and meaning that, let's say if I have an A+ setup, and you can actually clearly see also that I'm trading 10 contracts, which I normally don't do, and I'll talk about this later on. But basically, I want to have a grade system for my setups, meaning that if I see a A+ setup, I should go full lot. If I see a, you know, like a F- or like a C+ or whatever, I should go either half or just maybe 1 or 2 contracts, and so on and so forth. So again, this is just from a personal taste, and yeah, I think it's gonna help me in the long term to see where my opportunities are at, as far as if I can capitalize on my trades, right? So let's talk about the first trade. Let me get these on here. And I do have a runner, so basically 9 contracts scalp and just 1 runner. No stop loss strategy, none of that trailing stuff. I basically just leave the runner as is, and if runner gets hit, it gets hit. I'm okay with that. But yeah, none of the break-even strategy, none of that, just as is. 4-tick scalp, and then whatever else I get from my runner. My first trade, you know, when I came to the market, actually, let me back up a little bit. And as you see, you can clearly see the zone just happened here. So basically, I know I'm all over the place here, but if the price comes back here and we get a nice good signal bar, you can probably go long. But you can clearly see how it didn't highlight it here. It's actually price came here and then it got highlighted. So just one of those things that you got kind of have to like keep an eye on. But again, like you can clearly see we got touch here, touch here, touch here, and touch here. So very, like I said, very handy indicator, really handy. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here, but so basically, this zone was already highlighted, and when the price came here, I did look for a long. Now I know Max says, you know, don't ever counter trend trade, but I honestly believe that if you know what you're doing and you know the context, there are some good counter trend trades. Again, we're in a huge downtrend, so I wasn't necessarily looking to go long. I did see this triple test here, but the bar is way too freaking big. I mean, 7 points, that's just insane. And like I said, the volatility here was just, I mean, ATR is 28 ticks. I mean, it's just, look at these bars. Almost what, 13 tick. I mean, come on, like, you can't trade this. Anyway, so the bar was pretty big, so maybe if you go 1 contract you'd be okay, but for me that's just too rich. And yeah, so we get a touch here, and then we get another touch here, and now I did look after this 3rd touch to go long, to be honest with you guys, and I was trying to get a good risk reward. I don't say risk reward, I should say good risk. And I was looking around like this area to go long, and unfortunately I was struggling to pull the trigger. When I saw this candle form, I was hoping the price would come back a little bit more, and then that way I would have only a 2 point, maybe 2.5 point stop loss. But it did came back, and I hesitated because technically this is a higher low. So you know, it is what it is. You get another higher low here, but it's a little bit difficult. Bar's big, and do have enough room to recent highs, so I don't know, maybe, I don't know about that one. But you can clearly see how the zone played a role in here. That's why I was looking to go long. I wasn't necessarily following Max price rules. And my first trade was here, and it's a little bit unfortunate. You know, like I said, it was a garbage trade. I got trigger happy. That's pretty much what it was. There's no setup here. I was watching the zone, and yeah, price blew through the zone, broke the zone, and I don't even know why I went short. It was just a bad trade here. Again, I think I was looking to go make a trade here, and then I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity, so I think that's what happened. So yeah, 110 contracts on here, and I paid the price. This was a pretty hefty loss. It was about $1,400, and yeah, not proud moment here. And so we do have a basically, I was looking for a measure move here, which we never got. But we do have an uptrend working up, and I honestly was thinking that we might retest these lows, but then again, we have multiple touches here, a lot of support here, so I wasn't too convinced that we're gonna come back. So my next trade was basically a gut trade, and it is congested here. There's a failure here as well. And like I said, it was a gut trade. Now the reason it was a gut trade, I can clearly see that the price going up, and the price is getting too far from the EMA, and usually, as you guys know, EMA is basically like a magnet for price, and I see there's a little bit of congestion here, so that's why I put a C+, probably even C- on here. But I do like the risk reward was good, but the risk itself was not good. It was around 4 points, so I kind of broke the rule there. So it was around, yeah, 4 points, 4.25. So wasn't happy about the risk, but I had a pretty good feeling that the price might come back and test the EMA, and I went short, and as you can see, I got a scalp and I got a runner. Now I did manage the runner very poorly. I only got 4 points. Oh wait, I'm sorry, 4 points, 5 points on the runner. Yeah, 5 points. So I should have left it at the EMA, but again, this is hindsight, and I didn't do that. So yeah, not a bad trade by any means, but I should have just left the runner. And as you can clearly see, that my runner management is not very good, which I need to work on that next couple of weeks. But my next trade was basically a second entry long, and I traded on an engulfing bar. Well, I was trying to trade it on an engulfing bar, but I mean, it kind of worked out in a way, because I should have entered on this candle, not this candle. But either way, we have a new high, basically a reset here. So new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long. I was looking for price to retest these highs, and you can clearly see that the EMA is supporting the price here as well. So the only problem with this is the EMA, it's too far from EMA, the signal bar. So that's why I give it a B+ setup here. Again, got my scalp, and then I had my take profit, basically my runner at the recent highs, and I think at the time was a pretty solid target profit. Again, our price went even more than that, but again, that's just hindsight. I didn't know the price was going to do that. So solid trade in my opinion. And then we have another win here as well. So basically we have a breaking new high already in place, and I did have a kind of like a spike in channel type of thing going on. What was it? It was something like this maybe. So this trade was very iffy, and honestly speaking, I should have skipped it. And the reason for that is because it's clearly congestion here, clear congestion. Now there is a double trap here as well. So you have new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long triggered, and I felt like it's gonna fail, which it did kind of, but then went back up, and so basically trapped people going long and trapped people going short. Luckily, I did get my my scalp. Very lucky here. I'm not even gonna lie. And then my runner got stopped out. So, which is okay. I'm okay with that. So, yeah. Again, so once I saw that there's support here, I probably should have went long after I got stopped out, but I didn't want to like reverse my position like that. So I decided just to wait, even though it was a kind of a win. I mean, it was a win, but runner didn't work. It's okay. And then my last trade of the day was basically a failed second entry long. Now again, like I said, we have a short-term trend channel working up, break new high already in place. Basically 2 legs up. You know, you can clearly see, you know, leg here, and leg here. You can even measure it from here if you wanted to. But you can clearly see a visual 2 legs up, and we do have a downtrend working down. Since we have 2 legs up, break new already high already in place, I felt like this was a pretty solid trade. It is a little bit away from the EMA, that's why it's a B+ setup for me. But you can clearly see new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. Again, I got my 4-tick scalp, or my 4-point scalp, or 1-point scalp, and I should have played my runner a little bit better. Again, I could have got another point out of that, but I felt like we have a lot of resistance here, not resistance, support here. I felt like price could have been struggling, and it did struggle to break this level. Eventually it did, but again, I could have had my runner a little bit better on this trade. So it is what it is, but we are ended the day with $562 in the bank, which is I am more than happy with. It is unfortunate that my first trade was a loser, but it's okay. So we are up $200 on this eval, and yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. I mean basically 10 o'clock. I'm done for the day. Now let's talk about why I'm doing 10 contracts. So what I realized so far is that when it comes to evals, I honestly trade them like a sim. Now what I mean by that, so when I trade on the sim account, right, I have zero emotions. Like, I don't care win or lose. I trade how I see it, right? And let's see if I can pull it up on here. Where is it? So my sim, basically I started with 27k, and then I basically grew it to 55,000, right? Which is, when there's no emotions involved, this is what happens, right? You trade and you grow your account, and that's how I feel about evals, right? And I'm not to that point just yet, but I'm feeling like I'm getting there, where I have pretty much no emotions of when I take the trades. And honestly, I don't care about the trailing drawdown. I don't care about that. I started to pay attention less and less to them. And if I fail eval, oh well, who cares? I can get another one. It's only 30 bucks a month, and I move on, right? And again, there's still some emotion when I trade evals. There's still, you know, that little bit of feeling, and I kind of want to get to the point where my emotions and my feelings are the same when I trade the eval and the sim, right? And I slowly want to transition that into the PA's account. Now when I trade the PA's, I still feel emotion. I still feel, you know, there's something going on. I don't have that freedom of trading like I do with the evals, and that's something I need to slowly transition into PA's. Now granted, today was a very volatile day. I'll probably, if I were to trade the PA, I'll probably just do one contract, just because, I mean, this price action is insane. These candles are so big. Like, I would definitely, I mean, there's no way I could have done it on the PA account with 10 contracts. I mean, there's no way. Come on, there's just no way. Honestly speaking, I'll probably just trade one contract at period. But yeah, like I said, so that's the reason I'm trading 10 contracts, because one, I want to pass the eval pretty quickly, and two, when I trade the evals, there's just honestly very little emotion, very little emotion. There's emotion still there, but it's very minimal. And again, I want to transition that to the PA, to where not necessarily that I don't care about it, because I do care, but in a way where if I see setup, I just pull the trigger, right? And you know, you want to focus on your setups and just pulling the trigger, right? And again, these trades are, some of them, they're not according by Mac, right? They're, you know, half of them are just garbage, and that's okay. I think you know, Mac is a very systematic trader, and I feel like, you know, there's two traders, right? There's systematic and there's discretionary, right? And I think both of them are valid. I think they both can be profitable, and I think combining the two together, I think, could be a very beneficial, right? Whereas, you know, if you see a trade, for example, you know, I don't know, here for example, like a higher low or something, right? If you feel like the, you know, it's a good risk, right? Take the trade. Why not? See what happens, you know? I guess talking about here, for example, right? I mean, obviously there's no setups here, and Mac would never go long here, but you clearly see that there's a lot of support here. And let's say, you know, if you go, let's say, pull a trigger somewhere here at this candle, right? You know, your risk is only 2.5 points, 2.25, right? And you'd say if you ride it to the EMA, you know, you could have got, you know, 4.25, right? So there's just, it's all about really risk management, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with either systems. I think if you're combining them both, it can be very beneficial. And even like, for example, here, like if you understand the price action, if you understand what's happening on the chart, you know, why not take a trade here? Obviously this is hindsight, obviously, but let's say if you go long here, the only risk is, you know, 1.5 points, right? Which is nothing, just absolutely nothing. But luckily your reward, right? Your reward could be what, almost 9 points, yeah, almost 10 points right to the EMA. Anyways, getting off topic here, but yeah, that's my trading day. Yeah, if you like this indicator, go check them out, TradeDevils.com or TradeDevilsIndicators.com. Like I said, 7-day free trial on all of their indicators. They have a bunch of indicators there, and they're doing a 20% off on their 20% off discount on their indicators for March Madness. And anyways, if you like this, oh, and the cool thing too is you can also do, I forgot to mention, different time frame of support and resistance. So multi time frame, so you can do, you know, minutes, whatever, ticks, range, volume, whatever you want, and then you can do like that as well. So if you want to use like a 1 hour, you know, support resistance, you can do that as well. I just use the 2000 tick, the current. Anyways, this video is getting pretty long. Was it like 10 minutes now? 15 minutes? 20 minutes? Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's it. That's my trading day. I hope you guys were good, and I hope you guys were in the green. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, or maybe not. I think I have family coming in town on Wednesday, so I probably won't be trading the rest of the week. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Be safe. Peace.